Why is Russia losing so much military equipment in Ukraine? Russia has lost 5,000 military vehicles in Ukraine. Analysis. Russia's army was estimated to have over 12,000 tanks and 20,000 armored fighting vehicles before the interventions in Ukraine began, far outnumbering Ukraine's estimated force of an estimated total of over 2,500 tanks and over 2,800 armored vehicles. Russia has reportedly lost more than 650 tanks and about 3,000 other armored vehicles and heavy equipment so far in its interventions of Ukraine. Experts put the losses down to the advanced anti-tank weapons given to Ukraine by Western countries, poor strategy, low morale, and important design flaws. Ukraine says Russia has lost almost 1,200 tanks, a number that we cannot verify. However, the military and intelligence blog Oryx, which counts Russian military equipment losses in Ukraine based on photographs sent from the front lines, says Russia has lost 664 tanks, as of May 13, 2022, and about 3,000 other armored vehicles and heavy equipment so far. Russia's main battle tank in the Ukraine is the T-72. Russia has also operated a small number of T-80s and even fewer T-90s. But by far, the T-72, built as a cheap-down version of the T-64 tank, is Ukraine's main armor opponent. T-72 production was started in 1971 and has continued over the years. Russian losses of military equipment in Ukraine. While it is impossible to obtain comprehensive reports on military equipment that has been destroyed, abandoned, or seized, evidence circulating on social media and messaging services can provide some insights into the situation on the ground. Abandoned equipment. Out of the 664 tanks that Russia has lost in Ukraine, 283 were abandoned or captured. According to military analysts, that says a lot about the operation. Poor intelligence led to Russian commanding officers not being able to plan their offensive operations properly, and the core of military personnel consists mostly of conscripts, around 80%, who are not professionally trained to use the equipment. The forces were also expecting Ukrainians to receive them with open arms, which, as we know, did not happen, and the high number of casualties in the opening days and weeks of the invasion has affected the morale of Russian troops, who often fled their positions, leaving the equipment behind. In fact, so much Russian military equipment was left abandoned that Ukrainian authorities even declared that anyone who took possession of such equipment did not need to declare it for tax purposes. Destroyed equipment is for the equipment that was lost in combat. The war in Ukraine has exposed fundamental design flaws and outdated or inferior quality materials in Russian equipment. Tank turrets that were blown off and now lie in ruin several meters from the rubble of the exploded tank point to a design issue known as the jack-in-the-box flaw. Many Russian tanks, including the T-72, which has been widely used in Russia's interventions of Ukraine, have an automated hold and load ammunition system. Shells are placed in a ring within the turret, and more ammunition is stored underneath the tank operators. So, when an enemy shot hits a vulnerable spot, such as the top part of the tank, where the armor is thinner, the ring of ammunition can explode and start a chain reaction that vaporizes the crew and blasts the turret off the tank's hull. Poor strategy. The Russian army operates through self-contained combat units known as battalion tactical groups, BTGs, composed of tanks, infantry, and artillery. These units are designed to attack quickly with a lot of firepower, so they are made up of many armored vehicles, but few infantry troops offer protection to escort and retaliate if the armored column comes under attack. Russian units can cause a lot of damage, but effective Ukrainian tactics paired with anti-tank weapons provided by the West have dealt Russia a massive blow. Anti-tank weapons given to Ukraine by Western countries. Many Russian tanks are fitted with a reactive armor designed to absorb the impact of missiles. However, US-made javelins, for example, are fitted with two warheads. The first one blows the reactive armor away, while the second penetrates the hull underneath. Other weapons have proven highly effective against Russian equipment. The Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2 drone has unique capabilities to detect and identify targets from a distance of up to 50 kilometers. So far, more than 30 countries have provided financial and military aid to Ukraine. Supplies have been limited to arms, ammunition, and defensive equipment like anti-tank and anti-aircraft systems, as NATO members fear that providing heavier offensive equipment such as fighter jets could lead to a direct conflict with Russia.
please subscribe to the channel.